What's up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am doing fantastic. So guys, today I wanted to do a viewer suggested video, and today's video comes from Cameron Sims. Cameron Sims wanted me to go over the differences and similarities between the 959 and the Panigale V2. So we've sort of touched on this topic before, but we've never gone into full-on detail, and that's what I'm going to give to you guys today. Guys, Ducati announced the brand new V2 Panigale back last year in 2019 for the 2020 model year. The V2, Ducati is continuing their absolute dominance of like the super mid-range that they're really known for. The 959 is part of it, the 899 was part of it, and there's really no competition in this range for Ducati. You could kind of make the argument that like a 675, a 636, a 750 Gixxer is part of this, but they're really not part of this. We're talking super mid-range. We're talking about the damn near leader bikes that end up just kind of becoming the part of the mid-range for some reason. To say that a 959 is a mid-range bike is a little bit of an overstep, I think, and Ducati is really the champion of this category of motorcycle, and the V2 is the continuance of that. The first thing that you guys are going to notice about the brand new V2 Panigale is the fact that they've gone full-on V4 styling. V2 is basically a nail in the coffin of the 959 and the 1299 styling, which, I mean, is a good thing if you like modern and progressiveness. It's a bad thing if you like the 959 and 1299 styling, to be honest with you. I love this styling. This is my favorite styling. I came up into sport bikes thinking that the 1299 and especially the 1199 was the epitome of what sport bikes should look like. So it's a little bit of the nail in the coffin in that. I think it's grown on me. The V4 styling has really grown on me through the years. I really like it. I wouldn't mind owning one day. So guys, at least for the 2020 lineup, there are no choice in colors in the V2. It's red or nothing. Seeing this on the V4, there's really no difference in coloring styles for the V4, besides unless you want like special like decal kit and everything like that. But if you get the 2020 V2, you're gonna get it in red. And then you're gonna have to do something aftermarket if you want it in any other color. The thing you'll notice about the V2 is underneath everything, it's still a 959. That was the first thing that I saw, was the mid pipe in the middle of the motorcycle. You can still see the mid pipe where there is basically no room for the exhaust, so the manufacturer was just like, screw it, got a hole in the fairing. It's still there, which means it's still a 959. It's still the tried and true V2 underneath everything. One thing that they have done is that they have tuned the motorcycle. You will see a 5 horsepower bump in power. Depending on where you get your power ratings, it's about 155 horsepower. When they initially launched the 959, they said that it was 157 horsepower. I think we found out that their dynos at Ducati were a little bit optimistic, and we're really seeing more like 150 horsepower out of these bikes. You're going to get about 155 horsepower out of the brand new V2, which is still a bunch of horsepower. Mentioned previously, the bike is still technically a 959 underneath all the new updates. One thing that they've deleted, which is kind of a bummer to me, is the dual underbody exhaust. I love the underbody exhaust. I like feeling the exhaust underneath my feet. I'm a big sucker for non-standard exhaust positions, like underneath the seat, underneath the bike itself. That stuff I really like. They've deleted it. There's a whole new redesigned exhaust. You know what? Progress is progress. I'm not gonna fault Ducati for it. I wanted to catch that bag. One of the absolute biggest upgrades is the technology in the V2. The V2 comes with basically the V4 electronics. There's a full color TFT display, 4.3 inches, which is like, it's basically as big as a giant cell phone that people have now, but that's your dash. Some of the biggest highlights, nice Corvette, some of the biggest highlights is cornering ABS, quick shifter up and down, and wheelie control. All coming from the V4. It's gonna help you go faster. It really is. It's gonna help you go faster. It's gonna help you stay safer. You know, it's a huge upgrade, is what it is. It's a giant upgrade. I really like the 600cc class, where you just have a bike and the road and that's it. I'm a big fan of that. But at the same point, I understand that when you get in the super mid-size, you know, classes of motorcycles, you need that stuff to go as fast as possible. You know, not everybody is Valentino Rossi, you know, and you know, a lot of us do actually need some help to go really fast, or at least to take the bikes to the edge. One of the things that I'm actually really happy that they stayed with the V2, which is the same for the 959, is that the frame and the chassis is basically still the same, okay? So you have, you know, this aluminum monocoque chassis on the 959. That basically means that the engine is a stress member of the motorcycle. That means there's no traditional frame on these bikes. If you see them get ripped all the way down, you don't really see a frame so much as you just see everything bolted to the engine. Helps reduce the weight, and you know what? It makes this bike very flickable. Like this bike right here weighs about the same as my girlfriend's 2018 Ninja 300. A lot of that is due to the technology of the aluminum monocoque frame that basically keeps the engine as a stressed member of the motorcycle. That way it cuts down weight, and it's a cool feature. I really like that they've done that. The coup d'etat, the piece de resistance of the brand new V2 is the fact that they brought back the single-sided swing arm. Single-sided swing arm is, I believe, it's directly taken from the 11 and the 1299. So it kind of makes me think that they just had a crap load left over, and they're just like, put it on the V2, screw it, we need to get rid of these parts. There's never been a single-sided swing arm on the mid-size Panigale. There's never been. There has been some on the previous models, but they've never had them on the entry-level Panigale. So they have finally brought a single-sided swing arm to the entry-level Panigale, which is huge news for a ton of people, because a ton of people love the single-sided swing arm on the Panigales, and it's not a Ducati if it doesn't have a single-sided swing arm. So for those class of people, hey man, that's another check. There's another check in the box of cool things for you. But anyway, guys, that concludes my list of the 959 V2 comparison. Please, if you like this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Next video is Vlog Thursday. I will see you guys there. Deuces.